Hello, BookTube. Sorry for the lighting in this video. It is a gloomy, rainy, dreary, cold September day here, and I am filming this about 7:30ish in the evening. So the lighting is not the best, especially in my spare room or my library room, whatever you want to call it. So we're just gonna make do with the lighting. I apologize. I wanted to film this video because I have a couple of books that I got in the mail today that I wanted to show you because they're really cool, sort of unique things that I've gotten recently. I have quite a few new books, but I haven't done a book haul lately because I have had other things going on with teaching and whatnot, and I've wanted to try making some other videos besides just book hauls because I could do those all the time because I order so many books. It's ridiculous. But these merited their own video. So the first book I want to talk about is one I actually saw on Steve Donahue's channel. I almost think he was gifted this book, if I remember correctly, by one of his viewers or something. And it sounded absolutely fascinating. And so I got on the internet and did a lot of searching to find me a copy of this that wasn't like overpriced and that was from a seller that seemed like they were reputable, which was always fun to do. And that book is Penguin Special, The Life and Times of Alan Lane by Jeremy Lewis. And this is the man behind Penguin, the line of Penguin books. So let's see. A stocky, dapper Bristolian who left school at the age of 16 and went on to found Penguin Books, Alan Lane was the greatest publisher of the 20th century, and a major influence on the cultural and political life of post-war Britain. He revolutionized our reading habits by his insistence that the best writing in the world should be made available for the price of a packet of cigarettes. Decked out in their livery of orange and white, the first Penguins were published in the summer of 1935, and were followed in due course by Pelicans, Puffins, and Penguin Classics. And it goes on from there. This is essentially about his life and how he was the founder of Penguin Publishing. And it's really cool. It has the different penguins that have been used over the years as the end papers, which is just awesome. And then it has him actually reading a penguin book on the back. Looks like he even has... Oh, he's reading it to a penguin. Clever. Anyway, so this is really exciting. I can't wait to read this. It has pictures in it as well. So that's awesome. I didn't even know anything like this existed. I mean, I guess I should have, but it never would have occurred to me that there would be a whole biography about the guy who is behind the founding of Penguin Books. Just not something I ever thought of. And so I'm really glad to whoever it was on Steve's channel who gave him this, because super excited to learn about it and then also to get my hands on a copy. This was published by Viking, and it was published in 2005. So yeah, very, very excited to read this. However, for as excited as I am about this book, I'm even more excited about the next book. Okay? So, I had heard, I don't even remember where it was now, about a documentary titled The Booksellers. And it might have been on BookTube. I don't remember. No, I think it was Instagram, actually, where I heard about this. And I was curious about it, and so I ended up buying it off of Amazon Prime and watching it. And I learned so much from this documentary because it talks about antiquarian book dealing and trading and rare books and all this stuff, right? And actually, I just remembered where I heard about this. It was in the comment section of the video where Steve Donahue did the interview with Jason from Byways in Bookland. Yes, I will put a link, if I remember, to that video in the comments field or in the description down below. But anyway, so I watched that one night. Fascinating. I learned so many things about antiquarian books and about the book trade and various publishers, like, um, or not publishers, I should say, various sellers and collectors, and yeah, just absolutely fascinating. There was a woman on there who was talking about women book dealers and collectors, which was also interesting because for a long time, as with anything else, antiquarian book collecting and dealing was a man's profession. And so, yeah, the whole thing was just absolutely fascinating. And one of the figures that I learned about was a gentleman by the name of A.S.W. Rosenbach. And it cracks me up when they say A.S.W. because I have a professor at the university that I work at, and she was one of my like major professors in creative writing, who her initials are A.S.W. And like she's known for her initials. She always goes by 3 names. So when I see this A.S.W. Rosenbach, I can't help but think of my professor. It's really kind of funny. Anyway, so I learned about A.S.W. Rosenbach, who was an American book collector, seller, dealer of antiquarian books. And he was known pretty much around the world for his fierceness when he was dealing and selling and whatnot, these antiquarian books. And he was born in 1876, and he died in the like early to mid-ish 1900s. And he wrote several books on his own about his experiences as a book collector and a book dealer, and then and the books that he dealt with over this time. Anyway, I was very curious to get, or I was wanting to get my hands on one of his books because I was fascinated by this figure and by what he um, what he did and like the books that he worked with and stuff, right? So I got on A Books, which sort of deals, in the old books and whatnot, and found a copy of one of Rosenbach's books for a relatively decent price, and it appeared it was in relatively good condition based on the description, and so I ordered it, and it came today, and I'm hoping the glare isn't too bad. I might have to take the protective covering off of this. It is Books and Bitters. My TV is glaring here. Let me do this. It is Books and Bitters by A.S.W. Rosenbach, and it is, the subtitle, I believe, is The Adventures of a Bibliophile. And this was first published by Little Brown and Company in Boston in 1927, and it has illustrations. Here's the front again, for those that are curious. So one of the first illustrations is actually a page of the Gutenberg Bible showing the 10 Commandments. And then outside of the book, like I said, this is in really nice condition. I'm really excited. It has the deckled edges on the side and on the bottom, and then the top is sprayed gold. And so basically it's what the title implies. It's his adventures in dealing with books and book collecting and things like that. So it gives a list of the illustrations that are in here. The table of contents, the first chapter is Talking of Old Books. The second chapter is The $1 Million Bookshelf. The third chapter is Sold to Dr. R. Fourth chapter is Some Literary Forgeries. Number 5 is Some Old Manuscripts. Chapter 6 is Among Children's Books. Number 7 is Old Bibles. 8 is Why America Buys England's Books, probably because the covers are a lot better. And then number 9 is The Collector's Best Bet. So yeah, really excited about this. Really happy to have a copy of this. I know Amy from the Dusty Bookshelf has also bought a copy of one of his other books that he has. I think that's like Memoirs of a Bookman or something. Um, but I don't think she has this one. Um, but yeah, I'm so excited about this find. So I think this is just really cool. And like I said, it was totally inspired by watching that documentary, The Booksellers, which was just fascinating. And so, yeah, this is just so cool. I just love this. Let's see. Let's go see if there's another illustration that I could show. That would make any sense without having read the book. Oh, here we go. Here's an original drawing by Dalmir of Don Quixote. So, yeah, I think this will be just fascinating, and I'm excited to add it to my old bookshelf that I have in this room, where I have my collection of old books. There's a few books that aren't technically old on there, but they're just like fancy books. But a lot of them are older, like this one. So yeah, I'm really excited about Books and Bitters by A.S.W. Rosenbach, and then also Penguin Special: The Life and Times of Alan Lane. Both of these are going to be just fun reads, and I think I'm going to learn a lot too. So anyway, I just wanted to share these two books with you, BookTube. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave me a comment down below if you've read either of these, or if you want to read these, or if you have any thoughts on antiquarian book dealing. And I will talk to you again soon. Bye, BookTube.